At WWE SummerSlam 2013, John Cena lost the WWE Championship. Talking about John Cena, he explains that he would not give up his SummerSlam match so he can face Daniel Bryan defending his WWE Championship. And luckily he did, because Daniel Bryan managed to beat John Cena at SummerSlam. What a glorious moment that was. But John Cena calls Daniel Bryan out after announcing that John Cena will be taking a break. Let's just see how long this one lasts, because to be honest, if his injury is that serious and it was bad enough that he was hinted to miss SummerSlam, let's just hope this break does take some time so the WWE can again try and focus on another wrestler like Daniel Bryan. We have Stephanie McMahon eventually come out to interrupt Daniel Bryan just to explain what happened at SummerSlam, why it happened, and defend Triple H. I don't know, is that I understand all this putting Daniel Bryan down because recently Daniel Bryan's done a lot of good bringing himself up. So some way you've got to balance it out, and this build-up of McMahon's versus Daniel Bryan eventually will bring Daniel Bryan up to a better place. But all his opener did not really achieve much to begin with, more of it later on, before Daniel Bryan gets escorted out of the arena by security. In case you missed Cody Rhodes defeating Damien Sandow at SummerSlam, the WWE were nice enough to give you the exact same match, the exact same result on Raw. So now the score is 2-0 to Cody Rhodes. So yes, the heel may want to fight back, but the fact you've had the face come out on top twice now, instead of building up a bit more before the next pay-per-view, why have this feud continue? But if the WWE have plans, then let's go for it. It's nice to see them giving Cody Rhodes a chance, but please don't have our Mr. Money in the Bank go on a losing streak. The Raw after pay-per-views, you expect there to be a follow-on from what happened at the pay-per-view. Well, here's the first example of how the WWE didn't really give us that. Because instead of giving us something to do with AJ and Caitlyn, we had the Funkadactyls defeating AJ and Layla. Luckily, it was Layla that got pinned and finished the match, but my interest in the Divas division, yes, they may be doing better with AJ. I've said this before, but AJ and maybe other divas need defining moments, defining wins. And the fact there's no diva really to give other divas their defining win or moment. Lita, who still got it, Raw 1000. You could have had Trish before she got inducted. Maybe eventually bring back Beth Phoenix, or maybe bring back another ex-WWE diva who could provide that. Because right now, what could make the Divas division interesting for you lot? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm sure more will be done between Ziggler and Langston, but tonight on Raw, Ziggler had to go 1-on-3 against the Shield because he was one of the two wrestlers who made comments about Triple H's actions at SummerSlam. And even though he put on a great performance and had chances of beating the Shield in the handicap match, he did not get the job done. But I enjoyed the match. The second wrestler was the Big Show. And even though he was also close to defeating the Shield, he couldn't get the job done as a spear from Reigns didn't get the Big Show down. but a triple power bomb and then a triple pin got the job done. But Big Show did announce following the pre-show kickoff to SummerSlam, where the Shield and Big Show Mark Henry got involved in the Ambrose and RVD match, that Big Show and Mark Henry will be going after the Shield and the Tag Team Championships. Okay, I'm glad that they're forwarding on a tag team feud. They're following on from SummerSlam, but I'm not happy that someone that was a great heel and did better work as a heel than a face, Mark Henry, is now back to a face to probably keep him going on TV. As for Big Show, probably when they first turned him face, the WWE knew they could do what they wanted with him. Even though I thought Christian's performance against Del Rio at SummerSlam was one of his better performances than he's had recently, Del Rio managed to pick up the win. On Raw, he went on one-on-one with Sin Cara, and Sin Cara kept up his routine by botching, having accidents, getting injured. So this match quickly finished with Del Rio winning. But after the match, we have Ricardo Rodriguez returning from a break. And he just announces that he's back, he's finished, and Del Rio is not the person to represent the WWE or the community. And instead, Ricardo Rodriguez is going to be paired up being the spokesperson of Raw. No, I can't. He didn't even do anything enthusiastic to his voice from Bob, Bam, Damn. This pairing, yes, it's probably to get RVD into a feud with Del Rio, who quickly finished with Christian. Don't even know why that feud happened, really. But Rob Van Dam taken in, I guess this could be interesting. And if Sandow's eventually going to cash in, we do need a base World Heavyweight Champion. But as for Ricardo and RVD, they both did something wrong, and we'll just have to see how this goes. WWE, you wonder why the tag team division's dying. Well, for this next match, you have the primetime players who haven't quite got there to capture the tag team championships yet, and you have this tag team that was just thrown together because both wrestlers weren't doing anything, the Real Americans. And out of their tag team, it's Zeb Coulter that only means a single thing right now. If you want the tag team division better, at least give one of these two tag teams the push. I don't know why the Paul Heyman and CM Punk segments could have not been done in one. Because basically, Heyman's ready to put things in the past, look for forgiveness, and bring Punk back up to a better level. But when it comes to Punk's apology back to Heyman, Punk's having none of it. He starts arguing with a fat guy in the crowd. Well done, WWE, for pointing out a specific person in the crowd. And eventually, Paul Heyman comes out because Punk's ready to give Heyman his answer. And again, I was really hoping the WWE would concentrate more on Brock Lesnar, but it seems like Brock Lesnar will eventually come back, but for now, they're using Paul Heyman. But for the wrestling, until Brock Lesnar comes back, they're going to use Curtis Axel, who, by the way, did not make it to SummerSlam. Well done, WWE. Your IC champion didn't make it to SummerSlam. But eventually, these two brawl, they fight. Curtis Axel looks like he's going to come out on top, which I think could have been good for Curtis Axel if he did in the end. But no, CM Punk gave him a go to sleep onto the steel steps. And it just left with Paul Heyman and CM Punk staring at each other. A good segment. It looks like Curtis Axel's going to be playing the missing piece until Lesnar comes back. I guess it makes sense because Paul Heyman does have 2 guys left in his little group. Eventually Lesnar will come back, but the feud is still going to be between CM Punk and Paul Heyman. So it's a little bit annoying, but I blame Brock Lesnar's contract and the fact that Curtis Axel at the minute doesn't have another feud going for him. What's that? R-Truth, no more. You hear me? No more. The what's up quote, the what's up phrase is mine. So back off. But he goes one-on-one with Bray Wyatt. And to be honest, WWE, if you wanted to get Bray back on TV, could he not cut a promo on what he's done with Kane? Or had him go up against someone different? Like, why not have Justin Gabriel? Or why can have gone against The Miz? Why not a different base? Why did it have to be R-Truth again when we've seen that match and those two are not in a feud? But either way, Bray Wyatt picks up another win and we haven't heard anything of Kane. One tag team that should be pushed, Usos, defeated 3MB. Miz, the wrestler, defeated Wade Barrett, the guy who's still not being taken seriously by disqualification when the Entertainer, Fandango, did a leg drop to the Miz. Great, I want Wade Barrett to get pushed. Come on, WWE, stop delaying it. Miz, tell me what they should do with him. And Fandango, you're just an entertainer. With the locker room on the stage, with the Shield guard in the ring, we have the Orton title win celebration. First, we have Triple H in the ring with the McMahons defending each other. Triple H explaining that the reason he did what he did was for each and every one of you, that he likes Daniel Bryan but doesn't believe that Daniel Bryan's right for the future, and how Daniel Bryan should stop being selfish. Not everything's about him, so he should leave his ego at home, just like Triple H does. Okay, WWE fans and Triple H haters, I'll give him that. He doesn't leave his ego at home, does he? I'm the King of Kings, huh? But eventually, after all this talk, Orton does get his little celebration just to say, respect this man. That's Orton's speech done. Congratulations, Orton, for becoming champion again after your little disposals of what you've been doing. I'm the Viper. You know, his little bit of addictions and stuff he's got going on. But Randy Orton, you're the champion. Bryan is not. But eventually they call out Daniel Bryan, and on his way to the ring, the Shield attack him. Daniel Bryan does put on a good performance, only for him to get speared by Roman Reigns. And just before the triple powerbomb to finish Daniel Bryan off, Triple H allows him to get into the ring, only to get RKO'd. I was expecting a punt, a serious punt, to bring back the proper, true heel Randy Orton. But luckily it didn't happen, because I really, really, really want to see the feud with John Cena out the way between Randy Orton, the heel, and Daniel Bryan, the face. I think this could be a really interesting feud. And the fact there's the McMahons siding with Orton, which, this is just wrong. We get Stephanie, who gets kissed by Randy Orton. We have Vince McMahon who gets punted, and Triple H who just had to go through all that. It just made no sense, but I guess at the end of the day, on that, it's more about the storyline and building Daniel Bryan up instead of the past. Okay, I'm just gonna wait to see where this goes. At the end of the day, Daniel Bryan is feuding with Orton for the championship. Ka-ching!